Hello everyone, this is the Jeff Cowan coming to you from thejeffcowan.com, and welcome back to my weekly podcast entitled Success in Professional Sales and Life in General. Thank you again for coming back and bringing your friends, and I'm assuming you're bringing your friends because our audience just keeps growing and growing and growing. As a matter of fact, before I started recording this, I was looking at some stats I just got in from my social media people, and they say that our podcasts are doing well enough when you add up everything across all the venues where it's played and distributed and all that stuff. We're competing on the highest levels with the biggest people in this business out there. That makes me happy. So thank you very much for doing that. I've got a great podcast here for you today. And as always, I got the topic for this because I listen to the texts, the emails, the telephone calls you send me, and I kind of take what's being talked about the most in those, and I create podcasts for them. Well, something that's been bothering a lot of you here recently is customers or prospects, if you will, that ghost you. Now, when I say ghost you, what I'm referring to is your customers just disappear. It's a common professional sales tag to put on that. I call it ghosting. They just disappear, right? So let me walk you through what I'm talking about for some of you newbies out there, because you may not have had this happen. And if you have, and a lot of you have because you've been asking me about it, let me explain to you what I'm talking about. You make your presentation. The customer gets excited. Maybe they're even making comments like, We've been looking for you for the last 6 months, the last year, our entire life. This is exactly what we need. This is going to fill all of our needs. This has every benefit. Boy, we feel so lucky to get to talk to you and whatever. And they ask you maybe for a trial period. They ask you for some samples. They ask you for references. And you know your references are good. And so you send everything, and everybody's kind of high-fiving because this one's got the earmarks of being a deal, and it's going to be a great deal. It's going to be a big deal, small deal. It doesn't make a difference. It's going to be a deal. And then you never hear from them again. They ghost you. They disappear. You try calling them, no return on the phone calls. You try emailing them, no response. You try texting them, no response. You take and you maybe even drop them a snail mail letter, no response, and so now they've ghosted you. Where did they go? They were so excited, and it's perplexing, it's frustrating, it's extremely frustrating, and you want to know why. Well, within a realistic time frame, there's something you can do that will almost always get their attention, and it will get their attention, and it will almost always get a response. Okay? So what's the secret to getting these people back in? Well, before I tell you that, I want to do a quick commercial. I've got these 2 books here. And, we got graduation coming up right now with people coming out of high school. Maybe they're not going to college. They have no plans for that, and they're not sure what they want to do. Maybe we've got somebody coming out of college, and they got their business degree, but they really don't have a job lined up, not sure what they wanted to do. Maybe they don't want to do what they studied, whatever. Well, this book right here, Right Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, it's a book that will show you how to go get a sales job that pays on average $65,000 a year. I'm telling you, I've seen people 19, 20, 21 years old make $65,000 a year after reading that book and going to do what's in the book. I mean, it's that fast. 20% of the people doing it make $100,000 a year. Great book, great for the graduate if you want to get them that. Another one that's good for any graduate, even if they like what they're getting ready to do, even if they have plans in life and they are going to college or they're leaving college or whatever it is. And this book, What I've Learned from Attending Over 35 Indy 500s, it has lessons in sales, motivation, leadership, management, and life in general. Anybody could benefit from reading that book. You could benefit from reading that book. As a matter of fact, buy 2 copies. Buy one for the graduate in your life and buy one for yourself. And then you'll be glad you did. You can get them on Amazon.com in hardcover, softcover, audio versions. You can get them for your Kindles and your tablets, or you can go to thejeffcowan.com, and get copies of those as well. The Right Service, Write Your Own Paycheck, by the way, if you got a graduate that's maybe, and I really hit the high schools hard because there's 30,000, over 35,000 of these positions open right now in the United States of America, and I really hit the high school kid thing hard. We've actually got a video series to support that. You can get the book in the video series, and we'll certify them, and man, you could have somebody really get off on a real good career there. It'd be great. So get those books, look them up. All right, so back to the podcast. We're talking about what happens when a customer ghosts you. And we discussed that, a customer that ghosts you is somebody that, you made a presentation to, they were obviously excited, you even sent samples, you sent references and everything, and then they just disappear. They won't respond to text, email, telephone calls, snail mail, nothing. They ghosted you, they're gone. So what's the way to get them to respond? This is a surefire way to get a response because it almost always does. And I can't say 100%, but I can say high 90s, all right? Here's what you're going to do. Send them an email. Send them a letter. send them a video, and do this. Withdraw the offer. Now, I know that's bold because you want to get this deal. Jeff, you told me you're going to tell me how to get the deal. No, I told you how. I'm just going to show you how to get a respond and and turn them from a ghost back into a real person. Okay, you're going to withdraw the offer. Now, you want to send when you send this. You want it to be very professional. You don't want it to be bitter. You don't want to be mean-spirited. You don't want to say things like, "I don't know where the hell you went" or any of that stuff. You just basically want to send an email or a text or a letter. Okay, that just says, "Hey, this is Jeff coming to you," or whatever your name is. You don't want to say Jeff if your name's not Jeff. Ha, ha, ha. All right, but what you want to do is just say, "Look, I'm sending you this today because obviously I failed you and didn't get you as excited about the product as I initially thought I had. Obviously, you're not really interested in it. And because with our samples, we've seen no activity on it. We've contacted the reference. If you can say that, we can with our products. We can tell if they're using the samples or not. Or I've contacted the references that I gave you, and they've said that you've not contacted them. So obviously, you're not interested, so I'm going to withdraw the offer. I want to let you know that in the future, should you change your mind and want to re-engage us, we'll be here for you, but the offer that we had on the table is now off the table, as I will be giving that same offer to other people who are interested," or something like that. You get the gist of what I'm talking about here, okay? Withdraw the offer. Now, this almost always gets an immediate response because, nobody likes having things taken away from them. You could even call this the old takeaway clause if you want, because in a way, that's really what it is. You're taking away something from somebody that obviously at some point in time at least was excited about it. Well, here's what's going to happen. Here's the results you're going to get. They don't respond. I mean, you send that to somebody, and within for example, here at ProTalk, we send something like that and we don't get a response back within 24 hours, 48 tops, then they're never coming back. They were either never interested, something happened, maybe who knows what it was, they're never coming back. But that did not get a response when you send something like that. That's the smallest percentage of people. Smallest percentage of people are not going to respond. Most of them are going to do one of these things. They might do this. They respond, okay, but they've told you they've gone in a different direction. Well, Jeff, that's not what I wanted to hear. It's not what I want to hear. When people call me back and say, "Oh, you know what, we forgot to tell you we went in a different direction." But you know what I got? I know where they are. I can quit wasting time texting them, emailing them, calling them, and chasing them because they've gone in a different direction. They're gone. Another thing they might do. They might just tell you this, "You know what, no, don't withdraw the offer. Please don't withdraw the offer. We know we told you we'd call the references. We know we told you to use the sample, but this happened, that happened. We have it in time. We're still interested. Would you give us another week, 2 weeks, a month, because we're certainly interested." Now, what did you learn there? Again, you didn't get the deal that day, but you know that they're not gone. They just had something come up because life happens. You don't know what's going on in their business. You don't know what's going on in their personal life. You don't know what's going on in their surroundings. So now you know they're still interested, so you keep working with them and you lay out a plan. Okay, well then here you respond to them and say, "Okay, here's what we're going to do and here's what we need to see happen," right? Or the final thing they do in a response is they give you the objection. "Well, you know what? We were all excited about it, and we really think it could be there, but when we were talking about it, we had this question, that question, and we're just not sure." Now you can address those objections and close the sale. So I know this is very simplistic. I know that this is a little, some people I've taught this to before, so it sounds like it's a little risky because you might be firing a customer. Yeah, it might be. But the thing is this, you put a lot of time in looking for that prospect, did you not? Of course you did. You put a lot of time in getting that presentation ready for them, did you not? Yeah, of course you did. You made the presentation. They told you. They requested from you. They told you. They were excited. They wanted your product. They like you. It's going to benefit them. And then they ask you for references, and you sent them. They then ask you for samples and time to use your product, a trial period, if that's possible. And you did that. Okay? You did everything you're supposed to do. Don't you think you have the right to know how you're supposed to proceed? I mean, why keep burning? Because this is a mistake I see a lot of salespeople make. Because some people, what I found, some prospects that is, they just don't know how to tell you no. They don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to be the bad person in this situation. And so, again, you're always trying to get the deal. And I will tell you this, at least for my products, whenever I send this out, 7 out of 10 times, I end up getting the deal. But if not, if they don't respond, like I said, now I know I really don't have anything, okay? If they respond and say they went in a different direction, now I know that I follow up on it differently. You know, maybe I don't have to chase them every day. Maybe I call them once every 6 months or whatever. Or they tell me they're interested, but they need more time because life happened. Or they give me the objections. I handle those objections. I close the deal. I collect the commission, and everybody's happy. easiest, quickest, most effective way to call out a ghost, and these people have ghosted you, is do exactly what we said. Simply withdraw the offer that you gave them. Hey, hope you like this message because it's highly effective, and I know this one's going to light the phones up because you're going to call me and tell me how effective it is. You're going to email and text me and tell me how effective it is, and you're going to love it when you try it. My name's The Jeff Cowan. I'm coming to you from thejeffcowan.com with this week's message on my podcast entitled Success in Professional Sales and Life in General. Hope you like this message. I told you about the books, buy those. So now that I've done all my job, now I'm left to just do one more thing, and that's this. Tell you to go find as many prospects as you can, make as many presentations as you can, get as many people as you can excited about your product to the point where they want to buy your product. You close the deal, you collect the commission, and then you live the life and have the lifestyle that you so deserve, because I can guarantee you in capital letters between now and next week that is exactly what I'm going to do. Make it a great week.